What's going on with the YouTube? Bully World. Gorilla Tone, we back at you again. Had a homeboy at work ask me a very interesting question. And he's a fellow breeder. He breeds exotic American bullies, but he's slowly transitioning over to French Bulldogs. He just purchased a female Blue Merle French Bulldog and paid quite a grip for it too, but he's on his way. He's well on his way because people love them Frenchies. He said, "Hey man, I know you showed Jago before, and I remember you told me y'all got disqualified because dude too short." And he said, "How did you prepare him for the show ring though?" He said, "Let me ask you something, man. Did you use treats? Did you use the stacking box? Did you do any of that?" He said, "Cause that's what I see people doing." He said he's been to shows, but he hadn't really thought about showing any dogs or any of his productions. But he said he might start. So he was like, "I see people using stacking boxes and treats all the time, bro. Is that the way to go?" And I was like, "I guess if that's what you want to do." I said it's people's preference, whether or not they want to do that. Me, never use no treat, no stacking box. And he kind of looked at me sideways. And I'm like, "Bro, I'm telling you the truth. When I started working with Jay, I never used a treat. I never used a stacking box. I don't even own a stacking box. I just got with him when it's time to work, it's time to work. Because the videos that I see, in my opinion, now I'm not knocking anybody who uses treats or stacking boxes or tables or anything like that. When I see people working with pups and they're using treats, to me, it looks distracting to me. It looks like the pup's distracted because they're trying to get that treat in their hand and they're not really working. That's just what I see, my opinion. Not knocking it. It's just my opinion. So I've always elected not to use treats. Now, a very wise and great American bully breeder, by the way, once told me, "Brian, when you get to the show ring, there ain't going to be no stacking box there. So why use it?" And it made sense to me. So I never did it. But that same person told me, maybe it's a good idea to use treats, but I just never wanted to use treats. So I worked with Jay without treats and without a stacking box, and man, we can down and back on you. We can gate on you in a hot minute, and we can stack on you in a hot minute. You know what I'm saying? And what helps too, when you're doing that, they got to know who the boss is, man. Your dog has to know who's the master. Because if they don't, they're just going to run all over you. My wife and my daughter, they can't get Jago or Nezuko to do nothing because they see them as play partners. When Jago look at mama and my daughter, same thing with Nezuko, they say, "Oh, that's my play buddy." They ain't going to get on to me if I do something stupid. But see, Papa, I will. I love them. I take care of them. I spend time with them. I feed them. I shelter them. But if they get out of line, I'm going to get them back in line. Now, I ain't going to go grab a wooden plank and beat them over the head, but I'm going to chastise them, and I'm going to slap their butt if I have to. They got to know who the boss is, and that's why they listen to me. Point blank period. And I try to tell them that, but they don't get it. They don't get it. But they got to know who the boss is, and you got to work with them. So it's what I told him was, "Nah, you don't have to use treats or a stacking box. You don't." And that's factual. First-hand experience right here. Again, not knocking anybody who does. I just never do it. Same thing with Nezuko. Nezuko she'll be 5 months Sunday. And I can stack her so quick. Ask Dion from DNR American Bullies. Ask him. I could literally get her. Now, I don't want to show. I told y'all I wasn't going to do no up close and personal video with Nezuko till she's about 6.5 months old. Because right now she's going through her lanky stage, and I want to see more development out of her. More development. But if that wasn't the case, I'd get her right now and stack her right now. On this video right now. I wouldn't stop it or edit it because I know I can. And guess what? I ain't never used a treat, and I ain't never used a stacking box. So it is very much so possible. But I don't think the dude believed me because he was still kind of looking at me sideways. "Man, come on, dude. Man, I said, man, no, never use a treat." Like when I watch videos, people using treats, it just looks distracting to the pup to me. They just trying to get that treat. Man, they moving their leg back and forth. They ain't staying stacked. So I just never started. So is it possible to show train your dog without stacking box or treat? You better believe it. I ain't saying that's the way for everybody, And they ain't knocking everybody who does use a treat or stacking box. I'm just telling y'all what I do. When I told him, he didn't believe me. But what do y'all do? Comment down below and let me know, man. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Peace, man. God bless. Pray for me. I'm going to pray for you.